Everybody, today's video is about a really big aspect to ME and CFS that I don't think is spoken about enough. And when you go to the doctor, they tell you, if you have an understanding doctor, they tell you what you're about to deal with, the symptoms you're going to deal with: fatigue, brain fog, bowel issues, joint pain, all the things that we deal with, right? Many, many more. What they don't really prepare you for is having people you care about or loved ones that just have an outright negative attitude towards you now that you're sick and towards your illness. And I made a video before about getting family and friends to understand this illness. This is a bit further than that. This is not just about understanding the illness. This is how to deal with people that are just outright negative towards you. They're the ones that are saying things like you're a hypochondriac, that it's not a real illness, that you're doing this for attention. A lot of women deal with these kind of comments. Middle-aged women, all women really, but a lot of middle-aged women have dealt with a really nasty stigma. And how this video is to tell you that you deserve better. How are you supposed to deal with an illness that is as life-changing as ME and CFS and deal with people telling you these negative things? What worked for me is I distanced myself from these people. It doesn't mean I'm never talking to them again, but I've definitely distanced myself. And I have found that it's been easier to deal with an illness as serious as ME and CFS without having those people around. It's already confusing enough. We already have a bad stigma with doctors and other peers. We don't need these negative people around us. What worked for me is I showed people some videos and blogs that were well written by people that explain what it's like to live with ME and CFS. And some people that I showed it to, they went, "Wow, I have a really good understanding now of what you deal with. I'm sorry you have to deal with that." And they're trying to understand more, and that's really all you can ask for, right? And then there's other people that they just still either don't want to get it or just don't. And those are the people that I believe are really toxic. And I approached it like that's one of my symptoms, and I have to deal with that symptom. The same as swollen glands or swollen joints or anything in this illness. You look for supplements to take or things to avoid to get better. This is a symptom. These problematic people are a symptom because they negatively impact our health. And I distance myself, and that symptom is no longer there. And it's been very helpful for me. So I want to encourage people to not be afraid to distance yourself from people. Obviously, some people you can't do that. Maybe you live with your parents, and your parents have this attitude, or a spouse. There's certain situations where you can't have the luxury of distancing yourself. But if you can, I highly recommend that you consider it. Imagine any other illness, like cancer. Can you imagine people telling them that they're milking that for attention, or that they're exploiting that illness to not have to assume responsibilities in life, and that they're milking it? And no, you don't hear that with an illness like that. That's absurd. Why would anyone say that? Unfortunately, with this illness, we do hear that. And you deserve better than that. And I don't think that you should have to deal with that. And this type of negativity is only going to hinder your well-being. So consider putting yourself in a position to where you're going to prepare to distance yourself from these people. I think it'll do you well in the long term. I hope that you guys are doing all right, and take care.